Hello and welcome back to StarCraft. Today we're jumping into this week's weekly brawl. It is Friday, or at least at time of recording, and that means we have a new weekly brawl available to us. So today I will be playing as Dehaka. So let's go ahead and get things started here. I'm going to drop this guy here and here and here, and then, you know what? Nah, let's just sell these guys off. We'll put down our Dehaka unit to start out with. But if you guys notice, we have a little bit of a surprise here. It's another Dehaka unit for this weekly brawl. It has a rather interesting set of characteristics. The first is which all units gain stim and combat drugs bonus. That just means they move faster and they also attack faster, which is, you know, your typical stim abilities. The next one is that everyone gets an additional Dehaka hero. So I'm playing as Dehaka, so I have two Dehakas, but let's see, my Artanis friend here also has a Dehaka hero unit, and my what are you? You're a Karex, and you also have a Dehaka hero unit. So there's gonna be a lot of Dehakas around. You can see these two guys going. Let's go ahead and get the upgrade for you. And what else do we want? Nope, you're already upgraded. All right, let's just go ahead and devour, so you eat one of these guys just to get rid of them. Nice. And that's how this works. Now, one other thing that's really good is that all refineries grant double income. So instead of these guys providing half of 0.1 resources per second, they now produce 1 per second, which is kind of very nice. Let's go ahead and get some primal worms out here for defensive reasons. Put you here and there. There we go. Got 3 of you guys down. So now I can drop these guys real quick just to help out before my wave spawns, and then I'll end up dropping a couple more. Let's see. Let's go until you upgrade you. Oh, it looks like my upgrades count for both of them, so I only have to upgrade one of them, and it also does the other one, which is kind of nice. I don't have to go clicking around. Probably not supposed to work that way, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and get intimidating roars. So now they both have that. And let's see. I'm going to lose this wave, so I need to change that up for next wave. And let's go ahead and, well, first off, drop these guys to help out. Just wait for them to get as close as they can, and then drop onto the Dehaka. There we are. Help with that. Now that's gonna get cleaned up real quick. Let's go ahead and get some Primal Roaches here. Just drop you guys right along this path. Roaches tend to do well versus Marines, just by virtue of them having a lot of HP, so that should be okay. Now, we're gonna get one more before this next wave starts. Looks like everything else is going well here. So the middle bonus is still very important, but it is a little bit mitigated by the middle bonus now equating to 1 extractor, which is alright. Go ahead and get another one of these guys going. So now we should be able to clean up this wave and then go clean up the next wave. Is that already a level 3 Nova? That is. They've already gotten to tech level 3. Not a surprise. We have pretty strong economies in this game, in this particular brawl. Now, with a double Dehaka plus these worms and roaches, we should be able to clear out this wave real easily. Very good. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to go Dehaka for this is I did not go random this time. I actually specifically selected Dehaka. Is this ability is all units near Dehaka heal for 6 life per second, and it's just going to be a lot of healing from our double Dehakas. We have Dehaka healing themselves, which should be pretty cool. So we need to get up to tech level 2 pretty quickly here, as well as get another extractor. There's really good argument for keeping gas going as quickly as possible, just because it pays off so much quicker and also gives you so many more minerals. So I'm very okay with the teammates, and myself included, gassing very hard here. But we should be able to push pretty far forward. Turns out Dehaka synergizes well with himself, especially when all of his units have stim pack. It's kind of strong. Oh, that burning ground's destroying so many of those Marines. Very nice. Look at this. So many Dehakas. This is actually quite fun. Dehaka is an extraordinarily strong unit. He's kind of almost like a jack of all trades. Massive damage, good tanking, and support roles for everyone. Like, look at these guys just healing up. Alright, let's get some actual damage output here. I do actually have a good few options. The Primal Igniters are going to work really well, but I think I want to go with the Impalers at this time. Just because the Impalers, they're very strong single target damage, and they do well versus things like Nova units, which we will be facing. I need to save up more. Dehaka upgrades, that way we can get his ultimate abilities. His big boys here. Because that's when he gets a real power spike. So right now I could get another upgrade to this, or I could save up to unlock on level 5, where all of these unlock and just get all 3 of these, which would be really good. Because those are the, generally speaking, those are the most generic and powerful upgrades. Just clear out their Dehaka and keep pushing forward. Now these Impalers, they're alright versus Marines. They don't have the same kind of damage output from a Lurker. But they do, they get extremely strong single target damage. So versus things like these Hellbat Rangers, other Dehaka units for example, or these Novas, generally any kind of Nova units are going to fall pretty quickly to these Impalers. Which is why I want them. There we go. That clears out. Impalers also have the benefit of being long-range siege-style units, which is going to work out very well for us here. We're very, very close to just kind of walking over them here. Like, look what's happening. Like, it's poor enemy units just walking over Impalers and getting obliterated. Let's go ahead and get some more of these guys, because they don't seem to have a solution for them just yet. A couple more of you down. There we are. We have enough for the upgrades yet? Not just yet. We'll go ahead and get another upgrade extractor here. Notice how the extractor only takes 5 minutes to pay for itself. So if this match lasts till about the 11-minute mark, maybe the 12-minute mark right about now, then we're going to be net positive, which is really good. Did we level up? Oh, we did. There we go. So now our Dehakas can see invisible units and have +3 armor, or +4 armor, which is kind of strong. Unfortunately, we did lose our detection, but I can use these guys for detection, and now we're gonna push forward. Kinda want plus attack or plus armor. You know, might be a good idea to just get more Impalers, because Impalers are a good unit. And then +1 attack. I don't think we'll get +1 attack unlocked by the time we get across the field, but you know what? We're gonna try for it. I realized that the Igniters would work really well versus the Marines, but I'm expecting my teammates to be able to clear out most, if not all, of this wave by the time it gets to me, so I won't have to deal too much with the Marines. Like, look at that, there's very few Marines left. I don't really need to be building all of my units to deal with it. There it is. We're getting so many minerals per second right now. We're up to 10.5 and +1 for owning the middle. It's so strong. Alright, please snipe off this Nova, please. There we go. Impalers doing their work, slaughtering all the things. Dehakas just healing each other and everything else. Okay, so now we have Impalers that are going to be within range of their Nexus. Are these actually within range of the Nexus? I think it's not quite, but it's close. Oh dear. We're gonna... Okay, now they're in range of the Nexus, so this Nexus is gonna be taking some real heavy damage pretty quick. Come on. The shields go away. No, we lost line of sight. Oh well. The Lurker range is longer than the line of sight, so we lost line of sight, and with it, the Lurker's ability to hit the Nexus. Honestly, they're not dealing with these Lurkers, so as much as I'm usually not a big fan of investing too heavily into a single unit, just because if they start hard countering the unit, then they hard counter most of my wave. So much fire. So much burning. Oh dear. This poor Dehaka is just gonna disappear, and he's gone. Nice. Drop you here. Sympathetic Banshees are going to deal well with my wave because I don't have any anti-air. Can I take out this Banshee with the worms? Yes, I can. So I need to start investing into some pretty strong anti-air here, or else I'm just going to fall apart. And I think a good way of doing that is with our Mutalisks. Because remember, our Mutalisks have bonus damage versus aircraft. We do have several options to deal with aircraft, but Mutalisks is a really good one. Definitely want to get the ultimate ability here, the Scorching Breath, just because it's so very strong. So if you guys check this out here, the Primal Mutalisks gain plus 50% damage versus air targets. I'm not going to get that upgrade right now because we only have one of them. But even if the enemy decides to do things like Mass Banshee, we're going to have the ability... Oh, wow, so much fire. It's not even the direct hits off of the Thermal Lances that's doing it. It's all the burning on the ground. Just basically napalm spray, just slaughtering it all. And this is one of the reasons why Raynor Ground is not all that effective. There's just... He doesn't have ways of dealing with the splash damage that other commanders can field. Oh dear. Looks like someone's having a little bit of a lag spike. We're coming back from it, it's alright. Was there no Banshee? Or did the Banshee already suffer the consequences of being alive? Right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop these here. Try to keep the Lurkers in play for a little bit longer. Here, it looks like Artanis has activated the shield ability. That way everyone, including my lurkers, now have energy shields, which is kind of strong. Let's go ahead and put down our next mutas before the wave starts. Yeah, the 4 mutas now should handle most of the things. Definitely want to get these upgrades, including the Primal Reconstruction. Basically causes all mutalisks to revive to full health upon death, just instantly. And new life, which is kind of strong. Will we just win here? Yeah, with Immortals on the base, this is going to be over. GG. Alright guys, well that round is pretty quick, so let's go ahead and hop into another round here. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and start off round 2 here. And this time we've actually randomed into Abathur. And you know what? I think I have a good plan for this. So while last time I did specifically choose, well, Dehaka as the commander, because I wanted to see what would happen if we had 2 giant lizards going across the field, this time we've got the Abathur commander, and he's got something that the Dehaka commander does not, and that's access to healing. So let's go ahead and upgrade these. And the Swarm Queens are designed to heal units, or at least their ability is designed to heal large amounts of smaller units. But I think we can get enough of them to keep our Dehaka alive for a very, very long time. So let's go ahead and start exploiting that little healing factor that Abathur has. Like, look, our Dehaka's just kind of staying alive forever. Our queens are still keeping high on the energy, and their Dehaka unit is now gone. Let's see if we can't repeat that here. Looks like we're against a Zagara. At least my ally is against a Zagara. I'm just kind of keeping everything alive by virtue of having Swarm Queens. Let's get another one of these guys down. And is that going to be it for this wave? I think we can get one more down before our wave spawns. Very good. So go ahead and autocast this and start moving up. So one thing that's maybe not ideal for our Abathur play here is the Tychus Homebrew, the stim and combat drugs bonus that's assigned to all of the units. The thing about Abathur is, despite him being Zerg, despite him focusing on many units, Abathur really relies mostly on his spellcasters, or at least the abilities of individual units. They need to upgrade you with the roar to reduce some of the damage output the enemy is going to be hitting us with. Things like the abilities on things like the queens, with the heal that goes off every second or so, every 2 seconds, or things like the Ravagers with their corrosive bile that slaughters the enemy wave. Things like the, where is it? Vipers, which suppress the enemy. Like despite Abathur's wave being designed to fill up the entire map and swarm everything down, the crux, the main power, comes from abilities, which is not affected by, or not in any way boosted by, the stim and combat drugs upgrades. So that's going to be something we're going to have to keep in mind. But for now, I want to get to start seeing what we're going to be facing off against directly. Alright, maybe find out now. It's still a Dehaka. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to scan to find out exactly who you are. It's Artanis, and he just built a Reaver for the next wave. So now we're going... Oh, nope, it did spawn this wave. Alright, so now we know that we're going to be facing off against Reavers and Artanis. Looks like it just released all of its units and just got obliterated. So as long as we don't keep our... Reavers do a lot of splash. As long as we don't rely on too much clumped up units, which is very difficult to do considering we are, well... Considering we're Abathur, we should be alright. As Artanis, I could go Mass Air. That would work out. I'm sorry. Against Artanis as... Oof, I don't know if I want to do that. You know what? Let's just get a decent line of these guys going. I realize we've got a lot of minerals. I'm not going to use them all. It doesn't appear that the enemy is too excited to use all of his as well. So not in a terrible rush. We're still going to come out on top of this wave. Let's see, level 3, this is fine. What I want to do actually is upgrade you with a biomass. This will enable the Swarm Queen to not only attack faster, get more HP, stay alive, and have, more importantly, faster energy regeneration for more heals to keep our tanky dude alive for longer. So he's just going to eat these Reaver shots for pretty much as long as possible. There we go. Let's go ahead and get some upgrades for roaches, make them more tanky. Yeah, we just ate the Zagara wave, cleaned everything out. We're gonna be doing okay here. Much better. I should give my teammate all the bonus he needs, as he no longer has to deal with the Banelings aspect of Zagara. And he should be able to clean out the rest of this. This is actually pretty nice, because these guys are going to have stacking stim pack. Not only do these Marines, look at that, minus 0.34 weapon speed on those Marines. That's kind of ridiculous. Let's go ahead and get, what was I looking for here? I wanted to do something, forgot what it was. I needed more Swarm Queens. One of the bigger limitations for this is not going to be energy on these Swarm Queens, but rather the cooldown, which is going to be affected by how many Swarm Queens I can field. If I can field enough Swarm Queens to keep Dehaka in a constant state of being healed, then he's never going to die. And everything's going to work out well for us. It's going to be great. Now, we should... Yeah, so that's a lot of DPS out of that turret. Alright, well, here's what it is. As long as my wave can eat the banelings so that my teammate doesn't have to deal with them, then we're going to be in a much better way. Did we actually clear out all the Zerglings, too? Just about. Oh, well, that's really good. And I still have a Swarm Queen left alive. Well, not anymore, unfortunately. Alright, we're going to push really hard here. Looks like they've got 2 Zagaras, which is going to be a little bit painful to deal with. Zagara, as you know, as kind of the queen of banelings. It's always presents a unique problem. Put 2 more of these guys here, and I think that should be enough to keep this wave alive for the time being. Let's get more roaches just to have more mass in the field, and then work on upgrades. I realize those did not get down before the next wave starts. I'm fine with this. I'm more concerned about having a wave that's designed to beat their wave than having them out immediately, as well. They're not exactly winning to begin with. It's better that I be more careful with things. There it is. Even if their few immortals hit on my roaches, it's not going to be that big a deal. Come on, eat the banelings. Got it. Much better. Now, one thing that I do like is that Dehaka provides a significant amount of healing, which is going to go very well with the massive amounts of units I have. Just the sheer quantity is gonna the extra healing bonus, because I'll show it to you guys in a moment, right after you watch the destruction and complete overwhelming of their base. Come on, heal up their dudes, please. Cooldown is active. Do the heal, please. Thank you. All right, well, they're trying to heal up what they can. We basically have like a line of super healers here, and it's gonna work out real well for us, and we're already on the base. Yeah, you can do some kind of abusive things whenever you have a Dehaka unit on your team. So this ratch is over. Alright guys, if you want to see some more of this action live, come around the channel on Wednesday at 1 PM Eastern Standard Time, because that is when we are going to be doing our next StarCraft live stream. But for now, I'll see you guys later.